Hi everybody, this is Christy, your Usborne Books and More consultant, and I am here again to tell you about 3 of our brand new titles and some of our old titles because we are going to talk about the scary subject of math. So everybody always says that you're like a math and science person or you're a reading history type person, like you either excel. I've never considered my excelling in any of them. I was good in a little bit of all of it. But as a homeschool mom, it is terrifying to try and teach your child these things. And so that was one of my main reasons for joining Usborne Books and More, because of all their great resources that they have. So we're going to go over our 3 new titles first, and then I want to show some of our older titles that we have that if for any age range, we can help you with math. And it takes the pressure off of me. So, when they're little and we are learning about adding, when they're little, mine's a visual learner, and we could have used this. But this one just came out a few weeks ago. So this is adding, and you can see it says 1 plus 1, and this is our slide and see, like our infant books. And then it says 2. So we've got 1 plus 1, 2. And so as you open it, it says 1 circus bear. Add 1 more makes 2 circus bears. Where's one? There it is. Boom! He shoots them out of the cannon, and now there are 2. And it moves your 2 over to the answer. I like that it walks you through the wording, because eventually children have to learn word problems also. They don't always get the problem, and they have to be able to read the word problem too. So we've got our trapeze cats to make 3. And there's to make our 4 balancing mice. And to make our 5. To make 5. I was on the 4. To make 5 performing dogs. And then here's the end. 5 plus 5. Where's my 10? So there's already 5 chickens over here, and we just made 5 chickens appear out of a hat. This is a super fun title, and we also have subtracting. So we'll just flip through this one so you can just kind of see the inside pictures. It's the same concept with the slide and see, and it walks you through the problem. This one's an outdoor theme. And so there's our subtracting. So we've got 5, take away 5, 5, and then take away 5 equals 0 of the carrots. And these books are $14.99 a piece. And I want to show you, because everybody's always concerned about giving little ones books, at the thickness of, you can kind of see the thickness of these books. And the slide and see part is fairly thick also. I mean, I've always given these to my 1-year-old, and even before he was 1. And he's never had an issue with it. He doesn't quite know how to use his finger with them yet. They're great for motor skills, but he knows that if he can take it and like turn it upside down, he can make some of them go on his own, like this one. He has figured out that he can do that. So these are fun books that you can use to start teaching adding and subtracting. Got to get them started. So now we're going to jump up in grade level to when they start learning about fractions and decimals. We already have the multiplication activity book, and I love our activity books because my daughter, she's 8, and I was noticing that workbooks either were way too easy and just kind of fun and it had like 3 problems on them, or they were way too standardized, all white and black, no fun. And that's part of homeschooling, and that's part of learning, is if it's fun and they don't realize that it's like, here's another worksheet to do, they're going to be more into doing it, possibly, hopefully. And that's the key. We got to try and get them there. So with these books, it's got a thick cover. They are $9.99. And I'll show you the inside. So it's got your contents of fractions, decimals, and percentages. And it gets you started out nice and simple with, you know, halves and stuff like that. The basic fractions. And you can see how colorful and fun it is. They're like mini games and activities. And so, I mean, there's coloring. And they don't do fractions and decimals until they're, you know, they're older. And they still enjoy this stuff. So I love that they have kept the fun in these. So we'll kind of just flip through. Our multiplication book is the same bright, colorful way as this. You can tell there's quite a few pages in here. And there's a lot of activity per page. Like, it's not just here's something, here's something, here's something. You know, there's a lot of activities just on one page. And then we've got our little tests. And then you can score and give them a sticker down at the bottom. Now that they've learned that. Oops. And then also here's our fraction guide. They call it a fraction wall. That you could even tear this out, keep it, use it as a reference for them. Here's all of our stickers that go on the inside. And like I was talking about in a previous video, they have made these perforated, so you can actually take out the sticker pages so you don't have to worry about ripping the stickers, which I love. So here is, you've got your golden ticket. It tells you what page number they go to, so you aren't having to search. $9.99 for this workbook, and we also have our multiplication one, so don't forget about it. But that one's new. So while we're on the fractions and decimals, we also have our fraction and decimal lift the flap. And again, getting children to touch, feel, and interact with the books is key, because you aren't just sitting and lecturing them on what to do. And so it starts off with your little ones. Over here it's got your contents. Here, I'll get this closer so you can kind of take a second and read the different contents. Okay. But our lift the flap, so with fractions, of course, when you lift the flap, it's showing it cut, and we've got, and here's your same chart that was in your workbook. So they've really used the same looking chart, and this chart's an interactive one, so you can lift it. So 3 1/6 are the same as a half, so you can work on your conversions. And then flip it on through. And it keeps getting harder and harder. You've gotten to your decimals. So it works you up. Here's even multiplying fractions. So, and this is your conversion chart that they give you at the end, which is always a great reference, because, I mean, even as adults, don't we Google things? It's basically a children's Google. We're just making them use a book like old days. Okay, so let's do our wipe clean. Wipe cleans are fun for little ones, even older ones, for working on their math. I know mine does not like to be wrong, and so the fact that she can just wipe it away and do it again, or, you know, she can work out her problems on the side and erase it, she loves. So we've got our first numbers, telling time, and first math. These are just the ones that I have on hand, but I'll show you inside. They're all themed with like this little monster Yeah, I guess they would be like little monsters, little aliens. But all your wipe clean, and they do wipe clean good. You don't have to worry about your marker and then it just leaving like black smudges everywhere. They do really well. So you've got all your pages, and there's fun and dot to dot. We've got telling time, and it's got our same little monsters. And this would just be fun to help teach the telling time part, because, I mean, when you're trying to tell them to count by fives and you know you're like having to point and stuff, you could really get visual, go over something and then erase it and go over the next thing. It goes over a digital clock. And I have another telling time book that I want to show too. Let's see. Oh, first math. So here's going over adding more than 1, making 10. And this one's fun. They get to trace the numbers. And then, oh, this one's fun. You really get to get interactive with this. 3, and then he's got 3, and you can color in all 3, and then he drinks 1, so you would erase the 1. So they really get to work out the problems. And then there's our traffic jam problems at the end. All of our wipe cleans are, these are $7.99 each. And there's many, many more on the website. Not just numbers, there's letters. We've got flashcards now, which I have over there, and I'll do another video of. Telling time. You have your moving clock inside, and it stays on all the pages, and this is actually just a reading book. But what time is it? It's 7 o'clock. And so that means that you would need to come over here and have them move the clock to 7 o'clock. And then as you keep reading it, look at the clock. What time is it now? It's 9 o'clock. And you get to go through their day and work on moving the clock. So, as you get to go through, and then it says, I'm too sleepy to look at the clock anymore, says Poppy. Good night. At 7 o'clock, Poppy and Sam are ready for bed. And so, this one's a really easy one to move. It's just on there with a little peg, so you can move it, and you can separate it and go each direction. So that's a fun one. And you always, I mean, you could use this book when you're doing your tell the time, and we've got lift the flap ones for that too. Okay, we got 2 more that I have on hand to show you for math. These are lift up the flap. Again, touch, feel, interact. It's a big key to helping children learn. And touch, feel, visual, work out all those senses when you're trying to teach them. So, this one is lift the flap numbers, so you can get this one really early on. So it's got a 5, and I haven't lifted these flaps yet, so they're still, there we go. There we go, okay. So we lift up 5, and then you can count 5 surfboards, or 4 scooters, 3 rocking horses. You can count. And then I love this because it goes, okay, how many of each of these animals can you find? So here's the elephant. So then you would go up here, and your child would sit and count, and there's 1 elephant. So after they count, then you can lift it, And there's your answer. There's 1. How many sea lions? 2. And it goes all the way through. And then it reverses it. So here's our numbers. And there's 1 farmer. And then you come on here and lift the flaps in the big picture to find. So then we actually have to find the farmer. And I'm going to, oh, no, please. Oh, I bet he's in the tractor. So then you would lift the flap and you'd find the 1 farmer. And then this one does back and forth. So there's some missing down here and some missing up here. And we're counting balloons. And what do you think lives in each house? Lift the flaps to check if you're right. So Mr. Bear, 6, the street. So we would go and find the 6 and find Mr. Bear. Keep going through here. And we get all the way to the end, and it goes into teaching them what first and last is. So what number comes first and what number comes last. So that is $13.99 for our lift the flap numbers. Oh, I didn't go over. Telling time is $13.99 also. That's what I thought. Okay, so our last one, $13.99 also. Lift the flap. And I know a lot of families are worried about flaps with their children. We have our 50% buyback guarantee, so if they tear up the book, you can buy a replacement for half the cost. You would just have to contact me. But here's, again, like the lift the numbers. So we start off with the numbers, and then we go into our problems, which the answers are behind with picture and number. And so we go on through. And again, it's taking you from up to below, and it has all the different questions to go through. So how many more are needed each time to make 10? So here is 6 of the donuts. So how many more would we need to make 10? And after your child answers, you can come down here, lift the flap, and then it says 6 plus 4 equals 10. So we're getting into really working on not just adding and subtracting, but problem solving. And then here's just some problems at the end, and it's got your answers down at the bottom. So those are our just, whoop, as I about lose my stack over here. Those are just some of our math books. We have a lot more. We have math dictionaries, illustrated math dictionaries, which would be great for any classroom, any homeschool classroom, so they can go back and reference what they need. And we've got the other workbooks, White Clean books. We've got a math puzzle pad that I actually do have over there. I didn't. Hang on. I will come grab it. The math puzzle pad, it's tear off. Look at all those. And fun puzzles for all sorts of ages. And that's only $5.99. And there's a lot of them. There's multiplying, balancing, percentages, and the answers are in the back, and there's help sheets that help teach them, because we aren't just about tossing them in, that help teach them how to do these things. Look how cute that is. For only $5.99. Okay, I'll stop now. So, math. Not so scary when you have fun things to help teach them, to help them learn, and help them enjoy these things that they're going to have to just suffer through in school. So let's make it fun, and let Usborne help you, and let me help you. So if you would like any of these books, you can go to my website. It's in the descriptions. Or, as always, you can message me. We can set up a book party, and you can try and earn all these books for free. So thank you for watching, and we will have more videos coming soon. Thanks.